Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game 1 the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-ear match against Xargun. He's the Allied commander and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 on game version 26B, or standard stock, no modifications. So, with a little luck I will now be in range for airstrikes at Melbourne. So let's see. Or at Tahiti I can intercept something, or at Bombay, or at Karachi. Everywhere are some raiders waiting to intercept convoys. And all of my submarines, of course. But looks like no navy clash. Nothing. Still Allied submarines at Rockhampton and my Nell bombers trying their best to intercept. And it looks like that my task force at Melbourne is not moving again for some reasons. Good. Sweeping. Allies sweeping. But we don't find each other, so I bomb the Chinese. And maybe the Chinese bomb my Japanese armies. I can inflict good casualties on the ground. And here are the Chinese heavy escorts, so there's still a lot of fighter force for the Chinese here. But I-15s are not, I think this is the same like an 8. And I-16 is maybe pair-to-pair with Oscar. But the question is the quality and quantity of Chinese airframes and pilots. My Japanese pilots are all well trained now. So there's at least one Dutch submarine and maybe a second one, and American submarine. But if I don't hear the special submarine sinking sound, then I cannot expect here to really destroy the enemy. But the bomb hit would of course force the submarine to return to port. So bombardments, more, and even more. And now I go for shock attack because there's no tick value left in this Chinese units. Hopefully this will force them to surrender. The Allies are taking me at Hami. And this is more or less I think the end of my units. Because they simply dead. They don't surrender. So the Japanese fight to the last man. They don't get destroyed. They don't surrender, but they simply are all dead. Good. So, fighting with honor. So I lost maybe my first 2 land units in this war. Maybe no. I think I lost also 1 or 2 of my Navy Guard units, partly or completely. So it was not the first defeat, but this was the first victory for the Chinese army in this war. Let's say this. Yeah, losses light 1-1, so 1 Betty, 1 Donier 24. And my pilot is dead. Yeah, can happen. No sinking sound, no ships lost. Ah yeah, My army units getting destroyed, so I can buy them back. So if I go to destroy units, you can see Mongolian army, 1st and 4th Cavalry Brigade. I can more or less buy them back for 1 point. And that one asks for 12 points. Anyway. Cheap. I have tons of points. And yeah. So this unit I still kick them more and more, but you can see the information is maybe not correct, but there's not much left. I try to catch this block force here on the way to Chengdu. I don't know if this is now reinforcements to protect Chengdu, but I don't really see too much in Chengdu, except there's a big 1, 2, 3 big armies are here in Sichuan, but this western part is more or less empty. Here, the North Army, I lost the control of these 2 units, but my tanks are already closing in roughly 1 hex per day. And not much more. So I only know there's Chinese fighters, Chinese bombers, plus P-40s, Americans, Flying Tigers, but so far we miss each other. My battleship formation is closing in. Next turn I will be here in the line of Bombay, and this unit have also, you can see 43 float planes, but they are half-half with search float planes and float fighters for protection against enemy airstrikes. So this is not a carrier formation, but it is good enough to be protected against land-based long-range torpedo bombers or something like this. But I don't want to come too close. I don't want to come close in escort range of enemy fighters. Here at the southern island, I'm not sure why this time no one acted, because there's normally everything green. What I did was I split up these units with low on fuel, because I don't want that to interfere more with my task force, and they had no issue. They run west. You can see I make the 8-9 hexes, but for some reason this task force is locked. So maybe it's an issue with this follow question, so I will maybe let them run independently next turn. So no follow, I let them run 1 turn, that they start moving again, and then hopefully this is working. I guess I had this once or twice before. This is, I think, a bug, because I really don't see why there was no fuel transfer. There was all green last turn, and this, could be there's a fuel transfer, but I don't know why, because last time there was all fine. Anyway, Tahiti still, my forces is here waiting position. I don't know how long I want to wait here. Looks like no one is coming. I only know someone was building here. The rest is all logistic. I reinforce here my positions at the front line at Brisbane. I have here a lot of subs around Rockhampton. I try to get rid. Also some subs around Omaya, of course. But my most busy port at Australia is still normally Perth and Townsville, and here are so far no submarines. And I have here now more and more attack value arriving. But so far I keep my army here to help to build up the port. I won't normally get this port level 7. That I have me more dock capacity, because I really stock up here more resources, and I need the resources back in Japan and not here in Australia. Perth is similar, but Perth is also lacking on the supply situation is still critical, at least not really very nice. But I first sent a lot of fuel to Perth, because I operate here so many carriers and heavy units, so Perth need a lot of fuel. Supplies are needed, but maybe fuel is more important. And if I get here the port to level 7, then I can also fix here the smaller damage without the shipyard. But I also increase the shipyard, so I go to 25, then this is done. More I never need. Good, anything else? Not really. Then let's hope for some action next turn. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.